I remember her smile as she walked down the aisle, the way her eyes locked with mine. That soft, trembling "I do." It felt like a dream. But just hours later, she vanished. No note, no explanation, just gone. And what I found next shattered the very idea of love for me. My name is Adam, and this is the story of how my wedding day turned into the beginning of the biggest betrayal of my life. I met Natalie at a small art gallery in Chicago. She was standing in front of a black and white photo, lost in thought, the way someone stares at a memory. I asked what she saw in the image. She said, "A life I almost had, and maybe still can." From that moment, we just connected. She was mysterious, but warm. She didn't overshare, but when she spoke, you listened. We talked for hours that night. Then coffee dates turned into dinners. Dinners into weekend trips. And within a year, we were engaged. Everything felt so right. She was thoughtful, spontaneous, affectionate. She remembered every small detail I shared. And I was in love. Like the kind of love that makes you believe every heartbreak before this was just practice. We planned a small but elegant wedding. Just 40 guests, close friends, family, and people we trusted. But there were signs. Small ones. Ones I didn't want to believe were real. It was a beautiful fall afternoon. The ceremony went perfectly. She cried during her vows, said I made her believe in love again. I kissed her. Everyone clapped. We danced. We laughed. And then, at 9:13 p.m., she said she was going to the bathroom and never came back. At first, I thought maybe she got sick, maybe nervous, maybe overwhelmed. But when 30 minutes passed, I knocked on every door. An hour in, I had the DJ cut the music. Panic set in. Guests began whispering. We checked the parking lot. Her car was gone. No one had seen her leave. No goodbye. No explanation. Just silence. I tried her phone. Straight to voicemail. Her apartment? Empty. Clothes gone. Not a single trace left behind. Her job? She had quit 2 weeks prior. Natalie had disappeared. And it wasn't until the next morning that I realized just how deep this hole went. The police called it a voluntary disappearance, said no crime was committed, but I couldn't let it go. I reached out to her college roommate, her old coworkers, even her hairstylist. Most people only knew fragments of her life. Nothing connected. Until I got a message from a man named Derek. It simply read, "I think we've both been played. Call me." My heart dropped. I called him, and what he said next broke me. Derek was from Seattle. He sent me a picture. It was Natalie, but not at our wedding. She was wearing a different white dress, standing next to him, holding a baby. She wasn't just my bride. She was also someone else's wife, and a mother. He told me they'd been married for 5 years. They had a 3-year-old daughter named Ava. He said things started falling apart 6 months ago. She'd started traveling for work, but became more distant. Then one day, she stopped answering. Disappeared, just like she did to me. That's when he started digging, and found my wedding photos online, through a photographer's public post. The timelines overlapped. We realized she was leading 2 lives. Together, Derek and I shared everything we knew. Piece by piece, the puzzle formed. 2 phones, 2 separate sets of bank accounts, 2 apartments, and 2 men, each thinking they were her only world. I remembered once asking her if she wanted kids. She said, "Not yet. I want to be ready." She already had one. How do you even begin to process something like that? We eventually hired a private investigator. Within weeks, they tracked her to a small town in Arizona, living under a new name, working at a flower shop. She looked normal, like nothing had happened. Derek wanted to confront her, so we flew there, together. We walked into the flower shop, pretending to be customers. She looked up, froze. Her hands started shaking. Adam, Derek! She didn't deny it, didn't even flinch. She said, I didn't know how to choose, so I ran. She admitted everything, said she loved us both in different ways, that the life she wanted kept changing, and that the pressure of her lies finally caught up with her. She apologized, but apologies don't erase betrayal. She walked out of the shop, left us there, like we were strangers. Again, I got the marriage annulled. Derek filed for full custody. We never heard from her again. I spent months feeling like I'd been part of a movie. But this wasn't fiction. This was real. And the worst part? I still loved the version of her that never truly existed. But I also realized something. Her lies didn't define me. They defined her. And healing meant accepting that the love I felt was real, for me, even if it was built on someone else's fiction. If you've ever loved someone who deceived you, know this: it's not your fault for trusting. It's not your failure for believing. It's their choice to lie. And you? You're not broken. You're just wiser now.